So Do Revenge is a really cool teen drama movie, but I absolutely love films that start off as one thing and then quite literally become something absolutely different, and this movie definitely does that to another level. What is up everybody, welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be reviewing Netflix's brand new teen comedy movie Do Revenge, which is all about getting your own back on people that have done you wrong. And surprisingly, this movie is actually really great. It starts off as this really edgy teen high school drama film, but then halfway through it has such a dramatic shift and an absolutely incredible twist that you really don't see coming, and it just makes this movie really good and is so deliciously evil, with Netflix's recipe for making these teen drama films really wicked, and I'm going to be breaking it all down for you in this movie review. So the storyline premise of this movie is very influenced by Alfred Hitchcock's movie Strangers on a Train, where Drea and Eleanor agree to team up and then they agree to exact each other's revenge, which I think is such a brilliant concept. And then we get to see originally how they were destroyed in high school and how, like a phoenix, they come back fighting. But along with that, the consequences of their revenge plans is also explored. So this storyline is really brilliant. So the storyline in this movie is really layered, and in turn is really great. Now from a positives point of view, this film feels very 90s, and if you loved similar movies from the 90s, then you're absolutely going to love this one. I also think revenge-esque films are always really intriguing, and this film is definitely no exception. And then in terms of executing Drea's revenge plan, her plan is to get Eleanor in the in crowd and with all of the popular kids. So I think it's really interesting in terms of when she is in that group, will she actually really like it, and will she still want to execute Drea's revenge plan? I feel like that storyline thread is really brilliant, and also the unexpected twist that takes place before the final act is so good, and also seeing how everything is going to unravel is really unpredictable and really gripping as well. However, from a negatives point of view, I do feel like they rushed the actual revenge aspects of this movie, and they definitely could have done so much more with that. And also there could have been a little bit more consequences and lessons learned by a number of different people. There are a couple and they do touch on it, but they definitely could have delved deeper into it. But that being said, from a storyline point of view, Do Revenge is actually really strong. So from a cast and characters point of view, Do Revenge is actually really successful. They've plucked out all of the up-and-coming stars and the big players within this demographic, and they've put them in this movie, and in turn is really brilliant. So first up, we of course have the tremendous Camila Mendes, who is absolutely iconic as Veronica Lodge in Riverdale. And over here, she is playing lead character Drea, and you really are rooting for this character. She's really relatable as well, in terms of the fact that she came from nothing and then created the perfect life for herself. She always had her vision, she had her goals, and she was actually really successful in making it all come true. But then it all just comes crashing down, and then in turn she just wants to execute this revenge plan, which does really come passionately from her heart after she has lost everything that she has spent years building. So I just feel like, you know, Camila Mendes, as always, just commands and demands your attention and is just absolutely killing it in this movie. Next up we have Maia, Hawke, obviously from the Stranger Things franchise, and in this film she is playing Eleanor. At first, she does kind of feel like a slightly secondary character to Camila Mendes, who is just smashing it on all levels, but then Maia Hawke really does come into her own. And I think it's really interesting how both characters are actually co-narrating this movie, and like I said before, I feel like it's really interesting from a Temptations point of view, as Eleanor has never really experienced any kind of popularity, and then when she does get it, will this get to her head, and will it be too tempting to actually execute Drea and her original plan? We've also got Austin Abrams in this movie, and I think it's really interesting how he has played opposite Camila Mendes' co-star Lily Reinhart. He has played opposite her in Chemical Heart, and he is also a big lead character in Euphoria. And in this film, he is playing a lead character called Max, who is very spoiled, very entitled, very rich, very perfect, and he is the popular kid. And he kind of drops Drea after he gets what he needs from her and completely destroys and ruins her life and has no consequences to face in this movie. So I feel like it's a true lead villain in this one. We've also got Alisha, who was so brilliant in 13 Reasons Why, and she is the ex-best friend to Drea, so adds another dimension in this movie as well. And we've also got Rish, Shah, who was very recently in the MCU in the brilliant Ms. Marvel series, and in here he is playing another love interest. And we also have some outstanding, amazing cameos in this movie. My jaw was on the floor when I saw them in this film, and they just bring so much to this movie from a cast and characters point of view. Do Revenge is absolutely brilliant. So from a visuals point of view, Do Revenge looks really, really good. It's very bubblegum pop and creates its own distinct vision and version of high school. And like I said, it definitely has got a 90s feel to it, along with a modern flair. So I feel like it looks really, really brilliant. And there are a lot of crazy things that takes place, both from how these two characters are destroyed, as well as them executing their revenge plan. And there are some outstanding sequences as a result. So from a visuals point of view, Do Revenge looks really, really great. So from a comparisons point of view, even though this movie is definitely really unique in its offering, it does take a lot of inspiration from a lot of other movies. So like I said, for example, Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train takes a lot of inspiration, even though the storyline is really, really different. And similarly, Promising Young Woman was an absolutely outstanding revenge plot movie. And even though Do Revenge has got a very different premise, it does borrow a lot of things from there. And also is really similar to another teen dark film, for example, Cruel Intentions and He's All That, Valentine, and the infamous Breakfast Club as well. So even though, like I said, this has got a unique offering, it does take a lot of inspiration from other awesome movies. So overall, I really, really enjoyed Do Revenge. It's got an absolutely outstanding and very talented cast. I mean, in the first act of this movie, I thought, okay, this is enjoyable. This is very conventional though. And I wasn't sure if it was going to live up to the hype that it has been receiving. But as the movie was progressing, it just got better and better. And like I said, the twist in the final act was just absolutely brilliant. And it really does pay back all of the investment that you have made into this movie. And Camila Mendes and Maia Hawke just lead this movie absolutely fantastically. And it's really interesting how both of them are lead characters in other Netflix TV shows. And I just feel like they are such a brilliant pairing in this movie. And so for all of those reasons, I have to give Do Revenge a solid 7 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear what you thought of this movie, so please let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.